Hello, Garima. I'm intrigued by your post. When are you starting selling your cordyceps? And how do we order it? Thank you for being my first viewer, Garima. Hello, Gori and Associates. Sorry, like usual, I probably won't be doing an awful lot of writing in the live chat. I'll be talking instead. Also, I've got the sun shining in my eyes at the moment. Shouldn't really complain because it's November and it's bright sunshine, but it's right in my eyes. I tried all sorts of different ways, but if I change the position, the light's not on the page, so it doesn't come out very well on here. So I had to compromise. I hope everyone's well. And I hope everyone's going to be buying Garima's cordyceps. This is going to be a painting of a little bird from Ecuador, from the Ecuadorian cloud forests. The cloud forests aren't as well known as the rainforests, but the cloud forests are amazing. And this is a bird from the Ecuadorian cloud forests with the bizarre name of the streaked tufted cheek. Hopefully you'll see the tufts on its cheek as I progress with the painting. It's a very nice little bird that I saw in a reserve called the Arlequin Reserve on the western side of the Andes in the cloud forests of Ecuador. Hello, again, more newcomers. Thank you. No squirrels, I'm afraid. Perhaps I should paint a squirrel one day. You might be able to see some of the tufted cheeks coming up. Already got onto the tufted cheeks. I think some of you know the routine in my live streams. You just all chat amongst yourselves while I get on and ignore you all. It's an interesting bird to paint. Because I use watercolour, I don't usually apply white. So for the white, I just leave it blank. So you have to be quite careful as to where you paint. Please put on a like if you haven't already. That's one thing I always forget to do. What's the weather like in India at the moment? Here in the UK, we've had our first frosts over the last couple of days. So it's been very frosty when I got up in the morning. And poor Ebony the cows needed some supplementary feeding because it's been so cold. She's asked me for the food, obviously. Hello, Animated Studio. Thank you for coming along. I hope it's interesting for you. For all the newcomers who've come along, I'm painting a rather cute little bird from the Ecuadorian cloud forests called a streaked tufted cheek, which has got to be one of the weirdest names of any bird. But it is reasonably appropriate. Got a very streaky cap, which is quite hard to do in watercolour. I don't know, Garima, whether I'd describe myself as an ornithologist, although I've taken up a hobby of something called bird ringing, which is also called banding in the US. Where we catch birds and we put a little metal ring on their leg and then release them to try and work out what they're doing and where they're flying to and things. Which does yield quite interesting results and probably qualifies me partly as a ornithologist, I suppose. You can't hear birds tweeting outside. You can hear them on me on my hi-fi. I've got a Dawn Chorus CD playing. I think I explained last time I did a painting live stream. If I put music on while I'm painting, I fall foul of YouTube's what's it called? Copyright rules. So if I play birdsong in the background, YouTube doesn't realise. And it lets me do it. So I'm just playing some birdsong. Hope it's not too distracting. But I find it hard to paint if it's in complete silence. Sort of. The sun's moved, so we're now in shadow again. I'll just move the page slightly. Shouldn't really complain about the sun on a November day, but it's just in the wrong place at the moment. Hope you are enjoying it. I hope it's not too boring for you. It's a little bit of buff under its eye here. What is the temperature? I don't know. It's a little bit warmer than it has been. It's probably about 3 or 4 degrees centigrade. Don't know what that is in Fahrenheit. It's been freezing the last few nights, and certainly it must have dropped below zero last night. There was a lot of frost on the ground, and there was a lot of hail on the ground actually this morning when I was out and about with Monty. Sorry, I need to make a chestnutty colour for the tail. Quite a few subtle colours in this bird. It looks like it's just a brown bird, little brown job, but there's quite a lot of variation within that. Oh, hello Agnieszka. How are you doing? Is it cold in Poland at the moment? Because it's warmed up a bit here because the sun's out. Oh, it's snowing in Poland. It's snowed in parts of Britain, but it's not snowed here. We don't often get snow here in this part of Norfolk. See, this bird has the amazing name of the streaked tufted cheek, and it lives in forests and in particular cloud forests, where I saw it in the cloud forests, and it often joins in other flocks of other birds looking for food. It's got a very thin beak, so I presume it eats insects and things. Most thin-beaked birds usually eat insects. You're in Edinburgh, are you, animated studio? Oh, hello. Thank you to everyone who has hit the like button. Although I am thinking of leaving YouTube. I'm fed up with YouTube again at the moment. It won't let me comment on people's videos. Every time I try and comment, my comments disappear. I don't know what YouTube has got against me. All yesterday I was leaving comments on people's videos, and when I went back and looked, they'd all gone. Every single one of them had gone. Don't know why YouTube doesn't like me. It makes people think that I'm ignoring them after they've commented on my channel. My big problem with YouTube is there's no way of finding out why it's happening to you, and you can't do anything about it. There's no way of sort of communicating with YouTube. I get fed up with them. They just seem to have become a big AI generator. How many tail feathers a streaked tufted cheek has? Oh, the sun's moved again. Sorry, had to move the book to get it out of the sun. I think your English is fine through Pet's Eyes. I'll only teach you bad English. I'll teach you strange idioms and lazy English. I've accentuated its cheeks enough. I suppose I better do its legs. Can't have a legless bird. I like your animation studio. I've never worked out how to do animations, so I admire you for being able to do it. I just plod on and do rather dull watercolours, really. Where are we? Sorry, the birdsong's probably not appropriate for an Ecuadorian cloud forest. I think it's an English woodland. I need to put in a bit of background. Hopefully if I put in some background, it makes the bird stand out a little bit more. But I do have to mix quite a bit because I do quite a broad wash. So I have to have quite a bit available to do that wash. So talk amongst yourselves while I'm doing this. You can see the shadow of my brush. So Garama, tell us when we can start buying your cordyceps. Right, let's put in a bit of colour in the background. I have to be a bit careful here that I don't smudge all the bird. But hopefully by adding in some background it makes the white areas appear whiter. That's the whole aim of it. That sounds very fancy, the Directorate of the Mushroom Research Institute. Very high powered. I'm sorry, Animated Studio, I'm completely rubbish at computer games. My son tried to get me into them and I was rubbish at them. I get fed up with them and I start sabotaging myself, which is probably not the aim of these things. He tried to get me into all sorts of things and I couldn't do it. Again, I admire people who can do it, but I haven't got the patience really. I presume you're really into games and stuff. Trying to do. I suppose you know about the different feather tracts in a bird. I'm trying to do the primaries at the moment, or the coverts. I mean, there's the greater coverts and the lesser coverts, and these are the coverts that are going on. The primaries are these long ones here that I've just suggested because they're not in the main part of the bird really. But these are, it seems these are some of the coverts. And then these are just tracks on the back of the bird really that cover the wing when it's at rest. I do think it's quite a nice little bird, the the streaked tufted cheek. But it's quite challenging to paint it. Got this nice scalloping on the chest. That's a good word for you through Pet's eyes. Scalloping. I presume it's got something to do with the shellfish, the scallop. I suppose it makes it look a bit like the it makes it look as though it's got a load of shells on its breast. Hence the scalloping side of things. Oh, there's a cuckoo in the background. You can tell it's not live. We wouldn't have any cuckoos here at this time of year. Hopefully they're all safe in Africa. The sun's moved again. Will you stop moving, sun? It's sort of vaguely looking like a bird, I think. So I've probably been neglecting the chat again. I haven't looked for a little while. Sorry, Kusum. I keep calling you through Pet's eyes, don't I? I'm not very good at remembering names, as anyone who knows me will tell you. Probably going as well as I'd hoped for. I'm never quite sure how they're going to go, these paintings. Hopefully the birdsong in the background's helping to relax. Right, we need to do some of the branch that the bird is sat on. Put a bit of green on that. And a bit of brown. I do like, you can probably tell, I like sort of just splodging a load of stuff down and hoping that all the different little bits all combine together to make it look vaguely three-dimensional and vaguely like what I'm trying to paint. Oh, thank you for the like. Whenever I'm watching a live stream or chatting on a live stream, I always forget to hit the like. I'm pretty rubbish at that. So thank you to anyone who has put a like. How are we? Oh, we're half an hour in. It's quite easy to forget time when you sat painting. I probably should be doing some things at the moment. Quite easy with a bird like this. It's quite easy to overdo it and put in far too much stuff. The secret is knowing when to stop and when you've done enough. I haven't quite finished yet. Oh, the cuckoo's back again. Hopefully our cuckoos will be back again in the spring. We've got quite a healthy cuckoo population near us. I need to do more on its back. I need to suggest a bit more of the brown and a bit more of the streaking on its back. So where I saw this bird was in a reserve that's run by an organisation called the Kamai Foundation, and they're a relatively new and relatively small organisation who were founded to preserve the habitat of a toad that was thought to be extinct. And this toad was rediscovered in the Mindo area of Ecuador, on the western slopes of the Andes in the cloud forests where this was painted. And it hadn't been seen for over 20, almost 30 years. And they rediscovered a very small population, and it appears to be breeding there as well. They have found some tadpoles there. So it does seem as though it's doing okay in this small reserve, and at the moment they're raising money to try and extend the reserve to improve the chances of the toad surviving, because obviously if it's only got a very small area to breed, it doesn't take much for it to really struggle, and these are the only populations known of this toad at the moment, because it disappeared. If you know anything about amphibians, you'll realise that quite recently lots of amphibians really struggled from a fungus, and lots disappeared and lots seem to have gone extinct, and this was one that they thought had gone extinct. But as I say, they've reassuringly discovered a new population. So if you go to the Kamai Foundation's website, you can read all about their work. It's www.khamai, which is Khamai, KHAMAI.bio, B-I-O. Oh, hello, Rosa. Thank you for coming along. I've almost finished the painting and the sun's moved again. So the painting was half in shadow. It's getting there. It's a strange little bird, which if I move the thing, you can see what it's called. It's called a street tufted cheek, which I think is an amazing name for a bird. Hopefully you can see its tufted cheek. The white cheek, which white's quite difficult to do in watercolour. Monty's just come to see who I'm talking to. Hello, Monty. This probably won't work. Last time I tried to do this, it didn't work, but there's Monty. Hello, Monty. Oh, he's wagging his tail. Some of you may realise that I shouldn't have done that because I think I've just lost my there. It's all out of focus now. Why is it out of focus? I might need to put another book in there. Get the focus back. There, that's better. I think I'm back in focus. Sorry about that. That was just to show you Monty. And it made me lose all my focus. Hopefully normality has resumed. We're back in focus again. I can't cope with the camera. Technology is not my strong point. I'll stick to simple things like painting. I wonder if that's finished, actually. I might need to do a bit more feet. Let's just give him some claws. Can't have a claws, I suppose. There we go. That is a little a tufted, a street tufted cheek in the canopy of the Ecuadorian cloud forest. When I was there, it rained quite a lot, which I suppose is what you'd expect in a cloud forest. Oh, sorry, I'm just dabbling now. Let's put a little bit of, give it a little bit more colour. So, I think that's enough. Don't think I need anything more in the background. I think a fairly plain background's probably enough for it. Yeah. Give it a little bit more of a could probably go on painting this all day and still not be happy with it, but probably should stop before I mess it up. So, I hope people found that interesting. Thank you for all those who came along. Hope it wasn't too tedious, too boring. But thank you very much. And I'm sorry everyone that I'm not commenting on your videos at the moment, because YouTube keeps deleting them all and keeps getting rid of them. So I'm afraid I can't really do it. It's, I'm blaming YouTube. See if I can put something on the just going to see if it'll let me put a comment on. Thank you. I hope you all enjoyed talking to each other. I hope the bird is okay. Goodbye. I presume everyone's leaving now, are they? That was it. That was the streaked tufted cheek. Thank you for anyone who's leaving hearts at the moment. Always appreciate the hearts. I'll leave you with the bird song, and I'll be signing off very shortly. I'll just prove to you before I go about the sunshine. It's a bright sunny day. You can see a pheasant out there. They're a bit annoying, these pheasants. They've all been released for a shoot. But the sun is out. So, leave you with the last shot of the streaked tufted cheek, what I've been painting. So thank you very much, everyone. Have a wonderful time, and I'm going to stop recording now.